Academic leaders are discussing a possible extended school year to make up for learning loss as a result of remote learning.
Yeah, but is that the best move? Our Michael Martin talked to a few school administrators and has more on the additional problems they say it could pose.
As you well know, in myriad ways across the state, country, and world, it has been a brutal year. In education, the New York
State Superintendent Michael Rice speaking with lawmakers this week about the very real issue of learning loss being experienced by students thanks to the pandemic.
As we plan for next year, as educators begin to do every winter, we need to pivot to a new, better normal, not simply back to where we were pre-pandemic.
One possibility put forward by Dr. Rice, extending the school year in some capacity, an option that director of the Michigan Education Association, Paula Herbart, says wouldn't be ideal if done with a one-size-fits-all approach.
You know, with burnout being a key issue, I don't think that I need to tell you that this school year shouldn't even last 15 minutes longer than what it is.
She says, first of all, it could present some serious financial issues for districts.
Educators are paid for the time that they're contracted, which is currently approximately 185 days, 187 days. If we were to extend that, we'd have to deal with those issues.
And as Godfrey Lee Superintendent Kevin Polston says, districts in different areas of the state are dealing with different sorts of learning deficits.
And so when we think about recovery, we want to be careful that we don't just try to fill what was back into what is. Meaning our system before wasn't great for students of color, wasn't great for students in poverty. We need to look at it over a multi-year time frame. It's not going to happen in a couple weeks in the summer or a couple months in the summer. It's going to have to be holistic. It's going to have to be systemic. And we really need to look at redesigning our system around the needs of our kids.
And in the short term, districts like Rockford have expanded their summer school programs to help further offset students' learning loss.
And it will be focused on elementary and middle schools will be focused on language arts, reading, and mathematics. High school the same, except we'll also be offering credit recovery. The issue about learning loss is real. And I think that we have to, individual districts ought to be provided the flexibility to consider how they might deal with that particular issue.
Of course, nothing has been set in stone yet at this point, but the important conversation about making sure our students are where they need to be has begun.
I think that Dr. Rice's opinion of having some systemic kind of lengthening of the school year is a broader conversation, but not one that our members are unwilling to have, just understanding that it is complicated.
And the CDC now says schools can actually safely reopen even if teachers are not vaccinated.
The director says that data shows that social distancing and masks significantly reduce the spread of COVID in the classroom. Michigan is in phase 1B of vaccinations, which includes teachers. Governor Whitmer has said that her goal is to resume in-person learning in Michigan by March 1st.